So we're going to start the project. I'm going to set 30 minutes. See how we get on. Okay? Right, I'll put that over there. We'll know when it goes off. Right. I don't know where to start. So the first thing I think, because this is huge, this is me actually starting this. Now I've got a bit of a problem because I've sort of had 3 different ideas for doing an Alice journal. One was to use this and to make a ring bound journal, and as you can see I've already put the holes in, but it's not a problem because I can change that and I can cover it with fabric and stuff. So there's this size. There's also this which I started making, which is like a lap book size with sort of loads of interactive bits. And, you know, and I thought, yeah, lap book. And I've got all the ephemera. This is all my ephemera. Plus the books, which I haven't got out. Because I'm not ready to do that yet. I've just got to decide which book I'm using. Now, I've partly made this as well. This has been there for ages. And it is basically a book, an old book that I've recovered very badly by the look of it, and padded as well. And on the front I've put like a dowel with the curtain, and I wanted to put like a door behind. Oh, I haven't even got that out. It's another bit I haven't got out. And this I found at the car boot, which I want to put on the front, like a little door for Alice to go through. But it's really heavy. And I thought, oh, I could have a go at making my own little door. And I'm sure I've made one, but I can't find it. And I've sort of had a look through all my stuff, and I can't find it. So I may either have to make another one or go with this really heavy book door on the front, which I think is a bit excessive. I thought it was a good idea at the time, so I might make another one. But that's the principle, that the door is hiding behind the curtain, and yeah, it's not quite right. And I think then I gave up on that. So I think, and I even made pages for this book. So this one's got sort of, you know, it's got pages ready. No, that's not a page. And it was going to be quite a pretty little book. So my first decision is, what book am I going to use? Now I quite like this book, so I'm thinking this one. I'm really not, I can't, my brain isn't well enough to think about lap book flips and folds. But I'm thinking I could get on with this one. And we could maybe make a door in this sort of vein. And that would be my project for today. So I'm going to move, just to ease me into it, guys, because I don't want to be overwhelmed and stop again. So I need to get just something done. And I think if I can get the cover finished, it's going to give me the inspiration to get going on the rest. All right, so let's have a go. Right, I'm going to go get all my stuff. Okay, let's do this. She says with absolutely no idea what she's going to do. I am thinking about using the back cover of this particular book for... So I'm just going to cut the back cover off this book, because I think this would be a really cool wall, if you know what I mean. So let's measure. And by measure, I mean sort of, you know, do this. So I will make it straight. So maybe there, and height-wise, probably about here-ish. Okay, so we're going to just cut this out. So this is now going to be like the wall of the... Well, I don't know what it was. She went down the tree, didn't she? I can't remember. I can't remember me Alice. That's the cold that's doing that. It's making me forget things. Okay. And I've still got some of this really cool paper left. So I'm just going to get rid of this funny edge that I cut. And it's not exactly straight. It's quite wiggly wobbly, which is cool. So that's going to be my sort of background on the cover. And I want to make my door out of this. Now this is just a piece of scrap. And I'm thinking, I'm going to use what I've got and see what I can make. And if it turns out pants, then we'll have another go. So I want to cut a door shape like this, and I want to make a surround, but I don't want it to be like this heavy because that's like plaster. And I love the fact that I've got these flowers of stenciled, but with the modelling paste underneath. So we're just going to cut, and very random this is, because it was only a tiny door, wasn't it? And she had to get little to get in it. So it's a very wonky door at the moment. So but you know, this is me. I may try and just straighten it slightly. Only because it's a funny little shape. Okay, so that would be my door. So now we just need something around the outside maybe. And then this curtain's going to come down and sort of half hide it. The idea was there. I just couldn't work out how I was going to do it. And of course, I'm going to have the door opening. So I'm going to need a hinge. So welcome along to Carol Crafting with no clue whatsoever. Now, do I want the same on the outside, or should we have something different? I will be pausing the video as normal for, you know, the coughing, because you don't want to be listening to that. Now, is there anything in here? So we've got this picture of Alice here that may be able to go on there. I've got so many different Alice books, and they're all got different Alices in them. But maybe she could be standing there like that, looking at that little door and thinking, how am I going to get through that little door? And she's got her bottle. So I may cut her out. I'm not going to do that with you because, you know, it's just cutting. But I'm thinking this door may need to be even smaller. You asked for this video, guys. And this is what I've got to do first. I can't make a door shape, obviously. That's not working. Okay, so let me work out how I'm going to do a hinge on this door. What have I got? I've got fabric. I do have lots of bits of fabric as well that I've been sort of throwing in my little box. I'd quite like to use that somewhere. Maybe just some paper. I've got this paper. Oh, card. I don't know. Right, the brain is not working. I'm going to go cut her out, and I'll have a think about what I'm going to do with this, and I'll come back. Right, let's carry on. I did stop it while I was finding some bits and pieces because I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. So, I've decided while I was cutting out Alice here that this is slightly boring. So, I want to do something with it. I want to cover it. And what I've done is I've got out some gel prints. And I like this one. Did sort of, because when she fell down, it was, I know there was like all books and all sorts of stuff on the way down and shelves, but I haven't got anything like that. But I thought maybe sort of, you know, something sort of dreamy. So I sort of got these bits out, and I love this one, but I don't think it goes with the pink very well. But that's sort of all like, ooh. And this quite grungy one, which I quite like as well. I'm going to have to make a decision without you, because I do need to get this going. So I'm thinking this one. And we're going to take the book away, because I can't concentrate when I'm looking at that. And we're going to work on this cover. And I'm unsure. I'm very unsure about everything at the moment. I'm going to get my ruler and just... I can use my new ruler. Caroline sent me this from Caroline on the hillside, and she heard me mention that I hadn't got one, and I'm like so excited to use it now. Okay, I'm gonna start small, and I'm gonna make an edge. I don't know where my thing is. Let me just sort of make it in half. Look at that. Oh, Caroline, I love it. Okay. So I'm thinking, I bet I haven't gone right to the edge, have I? I like this ruler. Oh, why have I never bought one of these before? This is going to be my new favourite thing. I'm so excited to use this. Now, I'm thinking putting this on. Just like this on top, but maybe leave an edge. Okay, let's leave an edge. Sort of there. I'm not going to glue anything just yet, because I'm really not sure what I'm doing. We're just going to play for 30 minutes, okay? So we have Alice. We have our door, which we cut out. I've found some fabric to make a hinge. So if I'm opening it, I'm going to cut this with my paper scissors again. I really must find, these ones are slightly better, even though they're my ones that I get covered in glue all the time. So that hinge can go on, and then my little door will open. So when it opens, I'm going to need another piece on the back. So if they're going to be together, yeah, I need to do it like that, don't I? And I'm just going to cut out another shape. I know you all do this. You all like talk to yourself while you're doing it. I'm just talking to you instead. Come on. Oh, I've gone on the top of the other door. Hopeless. Hopeless. Can't even cut straight. Right. So these can be glued together as a door, like that. And I might trim them and get them cut straight, which means that when we open the door, it's going to be okay on the other side. Right. So the next step, I've got some just card. I'm not sure which side to use. Now that looks very stark against there, but it's just going to be perhaps the outside of my door. I might go that side. That's better. So I need another shape that big, but round the outside. So I'm going to do is cut. So I'm going to have to make the hole. My brain is whirring away. So I've got to cut it out just slightly bigger. I'll just go up there. And maybe I'll make like a point at the top, like this. So it's like a proper little door frame. maybe. Now, do I need 2? I don't think I need 2 because that's going to be down on there like that. Those are going to be on top, opening. So what I need now is cut that out. I hope you realise this is just winging it, guys, and I'm just trying to work this out as I go along. But that's the fun, isn't it? It's just construct something. And you know, I could have just done a really plain cover, but I'd started this, and now I'm started to do it. I'm quite excited. I'm quite enjoying myself. So I'm glad I've decided to do this one, or that you decided. Because if I can get these Alice projects out of my head, then I think I'll be able to concentrate on other stuff. And I've got a bit of a bunch there. So we're that far now. So door, it's not going to be perfect, guys. It is not going to be perfect. Something like that. So we've got those pieces, But we don't want to look through and see, like, the wall paper or the wall. So I've got this. And I thought this would be, you know, because when she looked through the doorway, she had, she could see, like, a beautiful garden. But all the pictures I can find are really big. So I've got to make sure that this fits, like, below there. I don't really want the shed, but I think the path would work really well. So what I am going to glue. I am now going to glue. Da, da, da. We are going to go for it. I can get my glue working. Okay, maybe not. I think it's time to go for it, and I'm going to try and do it without making too much mess. So I'm going to put this door edge. I may even be carrying on after my 30 minutes today. I hope you're joining in. I hope you've got your unfinished projects ready. Do let me know what you're working on, whether you're joining in with me, trying to get some of them unfinished projects out from underneath your feet, out off the shelf. Get them done and cut round. I think that will work. I hope this works. I really hope it works, otherwise she'll be going back on the shelf. No, no, she won't. No, I can't wait to cross these off my list. I cannot wait. Okay, my wibbly wobbly door. So now we've got to put this together. So glue one on top of the other. And it's already quite thick because it's got a few layers on. And it was watercolour paper as well, so I'm practicing me mixed media. So that may need sort of quite a minute to dry. I may just go and get a drink, guys. I'm pausing the video. I'm just going to go and get a drink. Okay, so I put my pegs on it, and I've been and made myself a coffee because, yeah, that's still wet. Yeah, my throat is getting a bit sore. Right, so I'm going to trim this slightly. And while I was waiting for that to dry, I did go round this little bit with the black pen, which I'm just going to do with this one. So just to, you know, so I haven't got any white bits. I'm just going to go round it. Now, I've got a feeling we may run out of time on this one. But I'm going to carry on going. So if you feel like joining me and carrying on, then do carry on. I am going to finish this front. So it may be longer than 30 minutes. But you don't need to do that. We are pledged to do 30. If you feel like carrying on with me, then please do. Or fast forward through my chattering and me colouring. I just don't want these edges there on my door. Okay. Right. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So what we need to do now is attach our hinge so our door opens. And it's not going to be fancy. All we're going to do is glue. I could make it really fancy. Oh, I could do two, couldn't I? That would be like hinges. Let's do that. And I could use proper hinges, but I haven't got any. So we're using what we've got. In the spirit of using up our stash at the same time as finishing our projects. So let me know what you think. What do you think of getting these projects finished? Are you with me? Have I done this right? Because I've got a feeling that I've just put it on wrong. I think I just put it on wrong. Could be the other way. That's because I'm chatting and rushing at the same time. I could do it that way. They need to be on the other side, don't they? Silly Carol. Okay, we'll go over that side. These things happen. These things happen. And they're too big. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. It's annoying me now. And I've got that was my straight edge. That's what it was. Okay, right. We are making a right mess of this. Okay, so that needs to be that side, but they need to be on here. That's what they need. I'm going to cut them because I think they're too big. Oh my goodness me, I didn't think this one through. It's stuck on me. Stuck on me. Okay, right. I'm going to make my hinges smaller. They're way too big. And I don't know which bit's glued now, that bit. So that bit goes on the front. Oh, you shouldn't be crafting while you're not feeling good, girl. Okay, right. I think that's better. It had to be on the straight side because that's where my straight side is there. And what they're going to do is going to go over to the back, to there. Don't laugh at me. I know very well. Okay, I'll get rid of them because they're covered in glue. Now, hopefully, that glue will still stay on there. We will stick this down onto there, I think. And we're going to put Alice on the front. And hopefully, we may even get this on here. Or I may leave it until next time. And she'll be behind that curtain, like that. I still think it needs something else. And I did find a key. And I've popped this little... this is already made up in my little stash of bits and pieces. So I've got a key and I've got a little silver key that I'm thinking I could put on somewhere on the front as well. So before I glue it all down, what do you think? Should I change anything before I glue it all down? So that will open and we've got the little garden underneath, but I've got to let that dry. So I'm just wondering how I think she looks a bit lost. I think she needs something else before I glue her down. And I'm wondering whether I could put some floor like this. Maybe. Oops, that's glued down. You know, maybe something like this on. I may have to think about this a bit more. Ah, I think that's it. And our time is up. So that's it for this week. Let me know what you think. Any suggestions? I will take them in gratefully. And I hope that you have made some progress on your unfinished projects. Let's see what we can do next week. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. I do hope that you're enjoying this, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.